and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it?
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
That is what sport means. That is what the EuroLeague trophy means. Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
Everything is difficult in this life, so still you need to be on it.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
Bouts from MVP in association with Box Lab Promotions. The featured fight of the prelims for the WBA Super Flyweight World Title, Jasmine Artiga takes on Lynn Sandstrom. Then, featured on the main card, combat sports icon and Team Nate Diaz mainstay Chris Avila against Tampa, Florida's undefeated Ariel Golden Hulk Perez in a 6-round light heavyweight bout. Also, MVP's undefeated, ranked number 5 by the WBA, number 6 by the IBF, number 12 by the WBC, and number 14 by the WBO. Lightweight contender with the most awarded knockout of 2024, Canadian Prince Lucas Bari will face former WBA world champion Roger the Kid Gutierrez in a 12-round WBA elimination lightweight. The winner will become the mandatory challenger to WBA lightweight world champion Gervonta Tank Davis. MVP's new signee, WBA lightweight world champion Stephanie Hahn, will make her first world title defense in a 10-round women's championship bout against 24-year-old Paulina Angel that comes all the way to challenger from Colombia. In the co-main event, WBA interim world champion Joennis El Bandolero Telles faces number 1 WBA contender and European Boxing Union super welterweight champion Abbas Bagao. This is a 12-round WBA interim super welterweight title fight, and we look forward to all of those fights in the main event. We cannot wait. MVPs, Puerto Rican Olympian and number 1 WBA, number 5 WBC, number 7 WBO. Contender at 112 pounds, Yankiel El Doctorcito Rivera will be facing number 2 contender from Venezuela, Angelino Cordova, in a 12-round bout at 112 pounds. This is for the interim flyweight title. We still have tickets, limited amount of tickets at Ticketmaster.com. And now, we're going to bring on stage, first up, MVP's defending world title champion. She is the new signee to Most Valuable Promotions, making her promotional debut and first world title defense Saturday night. This is a 10-round, 2-minute fight against Lynn Sandstrom. Please welcome undefeated, reigning WBA Super Flyweight champion at 115, Tampa, Florida's first native-born world champion, MVP's Jasmine the Animal Artiga. Yes! And joining us, we have the first Canadian signee. He's undefeated with 19 wins, 15 of those by way of knockout. Currently number 5 in the WBA, number 6 in the IBF, number 12 in the WBC, and 14 in the WBO. He's a lightweight contender with the most awarded knockout of 2024. On Saturday night, he enters a 12-round bout for the WBA elimination against former world champion Roger Gutierrez, with the winner to become the mandatory challenger against Gervonta Tank Davis. Please welcome from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, MVP's Prince, Lucas Bari. And now we have another MVP's new signee making her way to the stage. She's making her promotional debut on Saturday and also her first world title defense. This is a 10-round, 2-minute bout against Paulina Angel from Colombia. She's a mother, a police officer, and yes, she can be just as beautiful. A beauty pageant contestant, and why not, badass fighter. Please welcome the undefeated reigning WBA lightweight world champion at 135 pounds from El Paso, Texas, Stephanie Hahn. Welcome. So good I'm surrounded by great fighters. I cannot be more comfortable than this. And I'm going to start with you, Stephanie. You just signed with MVP. What does this mean to you?
I'm very, very excited to be with MVP because I feel like MVP is the dream team. I feel like any female boxer wants to be on this team, and they're doing so much for boxing in general and the exposure and the platform. So I'm very, very blessed to be part of this team.
A couple of firsts. This is your first MVP showing. You're already in a main card. Not only that, but this is your first defense. Well, how many emotions are you handling right now?
There's a lot of emotions. I do work as a full-time police officer. I'm a mother too. So just trying to find the balance of everything, but I am so motivated and I'm so excited and I can't wait till Saturday.
And your opponent coming all the way from Colombia to challenge your title, what do you need to do to take that win?
Just do what I've been training. I've been training hard these past couple weeks, these past couple months, and now all the hard work is done, and now just performing on Saturday night at my full potential.
We're looking forward to that.
Thank you.
And now we go to the Prince himself. Multi-fight extension with MVP. Lucas, that's amazing. Why is MVP the right choice for you?
They check all the boxes. I mean, MVP's got a massive platform, massive following, and you know what? I'm super, super happy to be extending my contract with them, and the sky's the limit.
Well, you're definitely taking a very fast track. You're already ranked number 5 in the world by the WBA, and now you're fighting for a WBA eliminator. And you're fighting somebody with a lot of experience in Roger Gutierrez, who's already been a champion. He already knows what it is to be here. How do you take on this challenge?
Roger's a great fighter. He's already been to the top. He's been a world champion. And you know what? This is the type of opponent that I need to beat to show the world that I belong with the best.
And I just mentioned, obviously, this is a mandatory. Whoever takes this win will be a mandatory against none other than Tank Davis. How difficult is it for you to keep your mind on somebody like Gutierrez without, being distracted by the fact that that fight against Tank is right there, looming in your very near future?
I take one step at a time. I mean, I got Roger in front of me right now, so I got to take care of business on Saturday night. And whatever comes after, I'll be ready for it.
We're looking forward to that. And now we come to Jasmine. My goodness, it's been a long road. Started late in boxing, and obviously now you're getting a chance to not only be here, but also defend your title in front of your home crowd. What does this mean to you?
Oh, this is everything. Anybody that steps into a boxing gym in any country, their dream is to become a world champion, and we're here, we made it, and this is just the beginning.
And now that you're part of the women's stable at MVP, and we know the kind of fighters that you guys are, what does it mean to you?
It's really a no-brainer. MVP, they believe in equal playing field for men and women, and every woman should want to be part of this roster and the stable in boxing.
Well, we're looking forward to a statement, but before we actually let you go, real quick, I know you're basically fighting at home. You're from Tampa, but I had a chance to speak to your dad, and he said even your grandma's going to be here. Who else is going to be here?
Yes, Grandma's going to be here, and shout out Dad. He's been behind me since day one, and it's actually his birthday.
Oh,
so
happy birthday.
Everybody say happy birthday to my dad.
Where is he? Oh, there you go. Hey!
But, yeah, this is huge. My grandma was 95 years old. I am her guardian. And for her to be here to witness this, it's literally everything. And for Tampa to come out and support me, making that drive, and all the kids that I mentor and train, this is everything for me. Just to show the kids that if you work hard at anything in life, you can get to wherever you want to go, and the sky's the limit.
We look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Claudia.
And we're going to open the floor for media questions.
Hi, my name is Kevin Garcia. My question is for Lucas Body. Lucas, I just got to ask, without getting too far down the road, it's probably the elephant in the room. What did you think yesterday when the news broke? Because obviously in the WBA, you're ranked very high. Tank is the target. And now he's fighting Jake. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's going to be a great event. As far as my position, I think that's going to put me in even a better position. I think it'll be easier to make the fight. Maybe put me on that undercard, hype up the next fight for me and Tank.
Exactly, right? So that fight happens, and you think about how it could end, right? Who could win that fight? And the obvious route for you would be a fight with Tank, WBA title on the line. But if Jake wins, have you given that any thought? I know it's very recent, but could you see yourself in a fight with Jake Paul, should he beat Tank Davis?
I could probably eat my way up to 200 pounds. Why not?
I am already there. Maybe I should get a title shot right there.
Hi, Kieran Mulvaney from Boxing Scene. This is for both Jasmine and Stephanie. You're part of like this new wave of women's boxing. It's being given a lot more credibility, a lot more attention than in the past. I'm curious what you think about the issue of 3-minute rounds versus 2-minute rounds. Do you find 2-minute rounds frustrating? Would you rather have that extra minute when you've got an opponent in trouble maybe to finish them off? Or are you happy with boxing 2-minute rounds?
Honestly, I'm okay with the 2-minute rounds. I feel like if you have punching power, you could put somebody out in 2 minutes. So that's my take on it. But I'm here for whatever in women's boxing, and I'm super thankful for the people that get behind us, like Jake Paul and Nakisa. And yeah, I'm good with the 2-minute rounds. But like I said, I'd be okay with 3 minutes if we had to do it.
What about you, Stephanie?
I like 2 minutes. I like 3 minutes. I don't mind doing 3-minute rounds. I feel like if there's 3-minute rounds, it does give the opponent an advantage if they want to knock them out the end. But I feel like you have to be ready for that and you have to train for that. And I'm open to do, I know this fight is 2 minutes, but I'm open to do 3-minute rounds in the future.
I have one more question because, of course, one of the women's boxing legacy, Holly Holm, has obviously been signed by MVP. And this is for you, Stephanie, because now you're part of the stable. What does it mean for you looking at a possible fight against somebody of that caliber?
Holly Holm, she's an absolute legend. When she knocked out Ronda Rousey, I was an instant fan. But for me and Holly, I'm from Texas. She's from New Mexico. We live 3 hours away from each other. We fight in the same weight class, 135. So that fight only makes sense to have that fight in the Southwest, or just to actually have that fight in general, because I know that my fans and her fans would show up. And it would just truly be an honor if I could actually share the ring with her.
Ooh, can we have that? I know there's a few people listening, so there we go.
Yes.
Anything else? Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to bring everybody here. Oh, I have one from Mr. Prince himself. I know 2024 was a huge year. Before I let you go, I had to put you against the ropes real quick. I mean, that knockout against H2O was impressive, to say the least. That changed your life, but I want to know how it changed your life. What difference did it make to all of a sudden be thrusted not only into social media, but be part of like the oligarchy of boxing?
It showed the world what I'm about. It showed I belong, you know, in the top. I belong with the elite, and I'm going to be proving it again Saturday night.
There you go. We look forward to statements from you guys. Thank you very much. I'm going to ask you to step right here so they can take pictures of you guys. You can leave the mics on the seats. There you go. This is our undercard for our Saturday night, fight night. Stephanie Hahn, Lucas Bari, Jasmine Artiga. Looking forward to a lot of action, and don't blink because everything could change in a quick second. And now we're going to move on. We welcome a ferocious matchup because both fighters are ready to do whatever it takes to win, especially the opening bout of our main card. This is going to be a 6-round competition at 175 pounds, so we know anything can change in a drop of a hat in a split second when we're talking about power hitters. And first on stage, the local favorite, making his 4th appearance right here on MVP, following his appearance on MVP's Most Valuable Prospect Series, and the undercard of Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. This was last summer in Tampa. Please help me welcome the undefeated rising star light heavyweight prospect and Tampa, Florida's own Ariel Golden Hulk Perez. Hello. And now let's welcome a veteran of both UFC and Bellator, transitioned to boxing back in 2021. He's had over 21 professional fights. He's never been stopped. He's never been hurt, ever in a ring or a cage. And he's part of the combat sports icon and team Nate Diaz mainstay. Please welcome the 32-year-old from Stockton, California, Chris Avila. Thank you for joining us. It's such a pleasure. And I'm going to start with you, Chris. You know, us fellow Californians, I come from LA, Stockton. There's a nice little rivalry. We're not going to call Golden State or the Lakers. We're not going to talk about that. But you've faced everybody and anybody at UFC, in Bellator. Now you're making your own particular chapter in boxing. Up to now, you can say you faced everybody, but just between you and I, who has been the toughest opponent you've ever faced?
I fought a lot of tough guys. So my last 5 fights have been pretty tough. So I would go with those top 5.
You know, most of us talk about fighters holding on to that O, and we just mentioned you've never been hurt, you've never been in a precarious situation. In 20-plus fights, what does it mean to you to keep that streak?
It means a lot. So I work really hard, and I take pride in my boxing skills. So, yeah.
Not just anybody has Nate Diaz supporting him. When you have somebody like him, you know, giving you pointers, and obviously with his experience, you know, sharing some pearls, what does it mean to you?
He's a homie, he's family. So, yeah, we're from Stockton, California. And shout out to my team, Nick Diaz Academy.
There you go. So Ariel is right here. Let's keep it clean, though, because there's some youngins watching. Is there a particular message for Ariel?
No, I'm just here. I'm here to fight and get my hand raised.
There you go. That was nice. Thank you. So there's a lot of experience right there. What do you need to do to be able to neutralize that type of experience coming into the ring?
I feel like I'm an athlete at heart. I've always been an athlete, and I've just been only boxing for 3.5 years, and I've gotten so good so fast, and nobody's seen what I am. I'm different, and people about to find out.
You're fighting right here. This is basically your backyard.
Yes, yes.
And you come here undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that you have a lot of fans, a lot of friends, family coming to support you.
Yes, yes.
Is it stressful?
No, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel at home. I got all my people that love me here to come watch me, and this is for me and also for them. I know if I win, it's all of us winning, so it feels good to be able to have that in my hands.
This is perhaps the toughest test you have up to now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And when we talk about doing that, you need to make a statement. How do you foresee making a statement on Saturday?
Well, I know that this man right here is in front of my whole future. So I'm coming for my family, for my kids, for everybody. So this is everything to me. So it's a dangerous spot to be in front of me. I mean, no offense against him, but it's a dangerous place to be. I'm ready. I've been working.
So we're expecting an explosive evening. So we're going to open the floor for questions from the media.
Hi, it's Kevin Garcia. My question is for Chris. Chris, I just wanted to get your thoughts. I'm right here. There you go. Yeah. Just wanted to get your thoughts. You're obviously a very well-known MMA fighter, and you've come into boxing recently. MMA and the UFC especially has made their leap into boxing, but from your personal experience, what has been more lucrative for you, the MMA model or the boxing model?
I started boxing first originally when I was 18, 17. So I had a pretty good amateur career, and then I was gonna go pro boxing. I did actually like 2012, and then I jumped in. I started training jiu-jitsu and MMA, and then I stuck with MMA for about 8 years, and then like around COVID area, I got an opportunity to fight on the MVP card when Jake fought Tyron Woodley, and then I fought there in Tampa, here in Florida, and then anyways, so boxing comes pretty natural to me, so it's different than MMA, obviously, but yeah, I don't know, yeah.
Which have you found more rewarding financially? Because there's been a lot of talk that MMA fighters aren't taken care of as much as maybe, or in the best position as much as maybe a high-end boxer could be. So from your personal experience, what has been more lucrative for you?
I think the money's there in both sports. You just got to get it, you know what I mean? Like if you're working and you're winning in MMA, you're going to get the money. If you're doing a thing in boxing, you're going to get the money. So it's there, and it's there in both.
Next question.
Okay. Hello, my name is Dr. Boxing Talk. I have a question for Chris Avila. My question is that, with every misstep, every trip up, there's always a way to rebound. So I know you lost your first professional bout. How do you feel your opportunity is to bounce back? Because, there's some greats like Bernard Hopkins, who's a legendary fighter, lost his first bout. Manny Pacquiao lost a bout early, but that didn't stop them from being great. Do you ever consider that? Or?
Yeah, for sure. I was a kid, too. At the time, I was like 19. I had a pro fight, and then, it was just, I've matured a lot now. I'm 32 years old, so I came into me. I'm a man now, and I got all the experience with me, too, so for sure.
We have one more question.
Hi, Kieran Mulvaney from Boxing Scene. Ariel, I'm to your right, just ahead of you. As you mentioned, you're very new at this. Are you surprised to find yourself here already?
Not really, because I work really, really hard, and I have a great coach, Jesse Thompson, that been guiding me and teaching me my style. So I'm able to take up all the years that I haven't been boxing. I just jumped. I got a little head start. I got great sparring partners, Hot Rod. Our team are phenomenal. So I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever has to come to me.
I have one more question, and this is for Chris. Let's talk about transitions. As a natural striker, even though your beginning was in boxing, how much did you have to adjust, especially in your footwork, in order to adjust to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? From boxing to BJJ.
You just got to train every day, train hard, and don't miss a day, and stick with it.
And with that being said, going back to boxing, how is the, muscle memory?
Yeah, it's there. You just got to tap into it, and it'll come. Yeah, it's there.
So it comes back to you?
Yeah, it's natural. It's natural. So, yeah, I'm a real boxer. I still have a real boxing coach, always the same, and train.
You're a natural striker.
Train each art the way it's supposed to be trained.
And with that being said, we know sometimes when fighters come from MMA, there's that extra step that they need to take, just because that's not his case, because he's a natural striker. Yeah. But how do you find, or how will you find opportunities to be able to use that long jab of yours?
I'm just gonna go in there and work and go through my game plan. I got a whole game plan set up, ready to go, and I'm just gonna do what my plan is, and come out with my hand raised.
I just need to ask you. Nobody else is gonna hear us. What's your prediction? Nobody knows. Nobody will know.
Well, my prediction, if I really know what nobody knowing, I think I'm gonna stop him.
You heard that. What's your prediction?
I'm gonna win.
That's it?
100%.
There you go. I meant a few words. So I'm gonna ask you guys to step up so we can have a quick face-off, but I wanna bring to the stage Amaury Piedra, President of Box Lab and Vice President of Caribe Royale Resort in Orlando. And if you guys can just step to the front. Oh, and we are accompanied by our event models, Rafaela, Delia, and Marisa. Always in great company. Thank you, gentlemen. Beautiful ladies. And it's time for our main card, co-main and main. We'll bring out our co-main event. But before we go there, this is a fight card with Lucas Bari and Roger Gutierrez in a title eliminator in the lightweight division. We also have Stephanie Hahn against Paulina Angel. This is WBA lightweight world title defense by Stephanie Hahn. Joanny Stedes will be facing Abbas Barao for the WBA Super Welterweight title. And our main will be Yankiel Rivera against Angelino Cordova in a WBA Flyweight World title fight. So, now we're gonna welcome our co-main event. First, we will bring out these two men that are gonna be disputing a 12-rounder in the Super Welterweight. This will be for the WBA Interim Super Welterweight title. Introducing the challenger, the #1 WBA contender and European Super Welterweight champion from Berlin, Germany, by way of West Africa, Abbas Barao. And joining us, his opponent, the 24-year-old, he will be defending his title for the first time on Saturday. Please welcome the reigning WBA Interim Super Welterweight champion from Stafford, Texas, by way of Santiago de Cuba, Joennis El Bandolero Telles. And next up, our main event. 12 rounds in the flyweight for the WBA Interim Flyweight World title. Coming on stage, the WBA #2 contender, the 29-year-old from Caracas, Venezuela, by way of Ciudad Bolívar, Angelino Huracán Cordova. And last but not least, please help me welcome MVP's Puerto Rican Olympian and #1 WBA, #5 WBC, #7 WBO contender at 112 pounds, 27-year-old from Toa Alta, Puerto Rico, MVP's Yankiel El Doctorcito Rivera. Welcome, gentlemen. Bienvenidos, caballeros. And I'm going to start with Abbas, #1 contender, European champion. This opportunity for the WBA Interim World title against the undefeated Telles. What does this opportunity mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, all the way led to this moment. I've been working hard, and I'm very happy to be here in this moment, and I can't wait for Saturday night.
You know, Telles has been growing really quickly, rising up the ranks. And you know him, you followed his career. What do you need to take this opportunity, put it in your pocket, and run with it?
I mean, I have all the skills and experience. I just need to be myself on Saturday night and do the job.
Telles shows up undefeated for this bout. What do you need to do? This stays just with us. Nobody will hear you. What do you need to do to take that 0, the undefeated, away from Telles?
I need to put him under pressure. I need to be on him all night long, and I don't think he's ready for my pressure.
Thank you very much. We look forward to a great fight on Saturday. Well, Joennis, you got this, right? Do I need to translate for you? No, you got this, right?
I need to translate.
Okay, we'll do it quickly, I promise.
I need to learn more English.
You're the WBA Interim Super Welterweight, and you're the #1 WBA contender. And this is a perfect fight for you to show that you are willing to go for a title. What do you need to do? Tú eres en este momento el #1 de la AMB, llegas aquí con una marca perfecta, obviamente una excelente oportunidad para demostrar que sí ya tienes el paso para ir por un título. ¿Qué tienes que hacer?
Primero que todo, agradecerle a toda la gente que se encuentra aquí, gracias a mi equipo de trabajo por creer en mí, para darme otra nueva oportunidad y nada, hacer lo que siempre he hecho desde el minuto 0, concentrado y hacer el trabajo que me toca.
First of all, I want to thank everybody, especially my team, for believing in me from day one. And I'm very excited, and all I have to do is keep doing my work. From day 0, I know exactly what it needs to be done. And that's pretty much it, right? Yeah. There you go. See, I'm not that bad. I'm not that scary. And, you know, last fight, you actually had a great performance against Julian Williams, and that's when you earned your title. What did you learn from that fight? Tu última pelea fue espectacular contra Julian Williams, una victoria bastante contundente. ¿Qué aprendiste tú de esa salida?
Muchísimo, muchísimo. Y primero que todo, experiencia, porque me enfrenté contra un excelente peleador y un peleador con mucha experiencia y también un gran escenario. Yo creo que aprendimos muchísimo en todos los sentidos.
¿Pero qué? ¿Qué aprendiste?
Cómo lidiar con la concentración, cómo sentirme arriba del ring, si me entiendes, agarré mucha más experiencia y confianza.
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from the last fight. He's a great fighter and obviously a great opponent. And I pressed a little bit because he says, you know, I learned from his experience, but what exactly did you learn? And he says, well, how to handle not only walking into the ring against somebody experienced, how to stay focused, and obviously how to be able to handle the pressure in the ring. And, you know, from that, what will you implement on Saturday against Parao? De eso, ¿qué vas a implementar el sábado contra Parao?
Todo, absolutamente todo. Él dice que él cree que yo no puedo aguantar la presión que él va a meter, pero él no se imagina la presión que le espera.
I'm going to implement everything. He says he's got experience and that he's going to be able to handle it, but he doesn't know the kind of pressure that I'm going to be putting onto Barao on Saturday. Well, thank you very much. This is definitely one of those fights that I would suggest for nobody to blink because it might just end in a drop of a dime. Les sugiero a todos que ni siquiera parpadeen porque todo puede terminar en un parpadear de ojos.
Sí, claro que sí.
Angelino Cordova comes all the way from Venezuela. Gracias por acompañarnos. And you've already fought for world titles. You've already fought champions. How do you see this fight against Rivera? Tú ya has estado en escenarios de este nivel, ya has enfrentado a ex campeones, ya has ido por títulos. ¿Qué significa para ti enfrentar a Yankiel?
Bueno, primero que nada, gracias a Dios, como siempre lo digo, por traerme a este momento. La verdad, yo no subestimo a ningún rival. La verdad, siempre le tengo, no vamos a decir respeto, pero siempre merece su puesto. Pero bueno, yo vine aquí a hacer mi trabajo. Sí.
First of all, I want to thank God for having me here. That's the first thing I need to say. And then I don't underestimate any of my opponents. I'm not going to say that I'm going to respect him, but I'm definitely going to give him his position. But I'm here to do what I need to do. You've already fought in very high stakes bouts. At this point in time, you're fighting a WBA #1 contender. How confident are you walking into that position? Tú ya has tenido contiendas donde hay mucho en juego. ¿Qué sientes? ¿Cuán confiado estás entrando a enfrentar al contendor #1 de la AMB?
Para nada. Como te digo, el boxeo no es de confianza, el boxeo es de trabajo y disciplina, y pues yo no estoy ningún confiado, vine a hacer mi trabajo, como ya te digo, he trabajado para esto y bueno, yo me siento muy bien, eso es lo que puedo decir.
Eso está bien. I'm not overconfident at all. I said it before, this is not about being too confident. This is about me being able to do the work that I need to do. So I feel very well. I feel very good for this opportunity, and that's really how I feel. And with that being said, you're coming all the way from Venezuela to Orlando, and we know what that takes, the sacrifices, the shortcomings, the overcoming issues, the fact that you overcame a serious injury. This opportunity for you is going to take you to a completely different position. What would it mean if you did take this belt back to Venezuela? Nosotros sabemos la clase de sacrificio, la clase de situación, las vicisitudes de la vida que has podido sobrellevar. ¿Qué significa para ti en el caso de que te lleves el triunfo de regreso a Venezuela?
Wow, es algo pues muy grande, primero para Venezuela, para mi país, porque sería un campeonato más, para mi país que lo necesita, la verdad. Y bueno, en mi opinión, en mi personal, wow, después de venir de mi historia es grandiosa, después de venir de estar en silla de ruedas a estar aquí en uno de estos escenarios y wow, titularme campeón, bueno, eso es maravilloso. Muchos o pocos conocen mi historia, de verdad, pero es muy grandiosa contarles mi historia, de donde, por lo que he atravesado para llegar hasta donde he llegado, pues, wow. Solo Dios que me ha traído aquí, me ha levantado, porque bueno, es lo que puedo decir, solo Dios, sí.
This would be a fantastic thing to be able to bring this back, another championship for Venezuela. God knows that my country needs it. My country needs that kind of motivation. And of course, coming from the things in life, like coming from being in a wheelchair and not really knowing if I could come back and being here, this is a great opportunity. Only God will know or does know the kind of sacrifices and just details in life that had me held back. But now I'm here, I have a great opportunity, and I'm just very grateful. And with those words, I go with you. Thank you very much, because this is our main event. And Yankiel, multiple regional titles, and you've only been a pro for 2 years. What would it mean to you to take this title back to Puerto Rico? O sea, Yankiel, no solo representaste a Puerto Rico, ya tienes múltiples títulos a nivel regional, obviamente muchos te miran, pero ¿qué significa para ti, sobre todo siendo un boricua, llevar este cetro de regreso a la Isla del Encanto?
Pues mira, primero que nada, ¿verdad? Quiero darle las gracias a todos los que están aquí presentes, gracias al equipo de MVP por hacer esta gran cartelera, estas dos grandes carteleras que tienen, ¿verdad? Y para mí es un privilegio que me hayan puesto como estelar en esta gran cartelera. Y sobre lo que, ¿verdad? Sobre la pregunta, yo estoy bien contento con mi gente de Puerto Rico, que siempre me ha apoyado desde el boxeo aficionado. He tenido siempre ese gran apoyo. Y bueno, esto es un reto más que, ¿verdad? que me ponen y esperamos el sábado salir con esa victoria y llevarle ese gran título.
First of all, I want to congratulate MVP for 2 great evenings of boxing that we're going to have back-to-back. This is an outstanding show of boxing. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here. And of course, I get the opportunity to not only represent Puerto Rico, but be able to take a title back to the island. This is great for me. And obviously, when you've already been in the amateurs, you've already grown through the ranks, and you've already faced pressures, how does it compare to be in the Olympics representing an island that gives us so much talent to being a headliner at MVP? O sea, tú ya has estado por todos los rankings a nivel amateur, ya representaste a Puerto Rico en los Juegos Olímpicos, no cualquier isla que nos ha dado tanto talento. ¿Cómo compara la presión de estar de pelea estelar para MVP con, por ejemplo, la presión de estar en los Olímpicos?
Pues mira, yo creo que eso de estar en los Juegos Olímpicos, ¿verdad? de participar en tantos eventos internacionales, lo que fue el boxeo amateur, es algo que me ha dado mucha confianza y es lo que, ¿verdad? Lo que yo entiendo que hoy me tiene aquí, hoy en día, en una gran cartelera, como esta de MVP, de estelar, por un título mundial. Pero creo que si yo llevo mi carrera profesional es corta, entiendo que estoy donde estoy gracias a esa experiencia y esa, ¿verdad? Que estuve en el boxeo amateur.
Pero la presión, ¿cómo la comparas?
Pues mira, no me siento, como te digo, no me siento presionado porque ya he estado en grandes escenarios y pues me siento bien, estoy tranquilo. De hecho, estuve en escenarios como con Amanda Serrano, como Edgar Berlanga y pues, como le digo a mi familia, una pelea más.
Okay. So, yes, I was in the amateurs, in the ranks, and I made it to the Olympics, and that platform prepared me for an event like this, the type of exposure, the platform being global, and facing the type of opponents that I faced in the Olympics helped me, though my professional career has been short, but everything has put me in this position. And in my book, even though I am headlining for the first time, is just another fight. It's another fight. And I'm so glad that you're here. Muchísimas gracias. Un placer que estés aquí con nosotros. Obviamente una pelea espectacular. This is going to be a fantastic main event. We're going to open real quick for the media for questions. Oh, there's a lot of questions.
Mark Salinas for Fight Hype. This question is for Tejas. Tejas, the WBA is known not to have vacant titles. They move you up. Crawford is vacating this title. Are you aware that you're probably going to be moved up to championship status? And this is probably a championship bout for you.
¿Entendiste? Sí. Dale.
Voy a hablar en español. Nada, si Crawford sube a pelear con Canelo, obviamente el título de él queda vacante. Yo creo que una pelea, el sábado la pelea contra Barbarú, yo creo que va a ser nuevamente por el título mundial, y yo creo que nada, es una buena oferta y hay que cogerla, hay que tomarla 100%.
Knowing this and knowing that this is basically a championship fight for you, does it change anything? Does it change your mindset?
¿Te cambia de opinión, te cambia de mentalidad, sabiendo que esta podría ser una pelea de título?
No, claro que no. Yo siempre mantengo mi mente activa en la pelea. El título y todas las cosas que han pasado en mi carrera han sido mediante el tiempo, ¿sí me entiendes? Y yo creo que no tengo por qué salir del enfoque de la pelea para concentrarme en el título. El título está ahí y aquí se va a quedar. De una forma u otra íbamos a salir a buscarlo.
I didn't ask you if you needed me to translate.
No.
You're good. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Boxer Talk. Yes, I'm really a doctor. That's why they call me Doc. I have two questions. One for Mr. Barral. I know that some people may not be too familiar with you, and Jonas Tellis is actually one of my favorite up-and-coming boxers. I really anticipate him to become a full title holder once Terrence Crawford vacates. I do have a question for you, though. How do you feel? Do you feel like you're being counted out, considering that you do have some great experience, and you lost a split decision to Jack Kolke, who just lost to Bakram Murtazalev, who's a full champion? So your experience is nothing to be tossed away either. So how do you feel about your chances in this fight, and how do you feel people are giving you credit to even be competitive?
I know I'm competitive myself. I think I focus on the opinion of my team. You know, I'm in the gym working out, and I know what I bring to the table. So, yeah, I don't feel counted out. The real people who knows about boxing, they have an eye on me. So, and I believe in myself, and I believe I'm at the right place.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great fight, man. And I have one more. And then for Angelino Cordova, I know you had a fight with Julio Cesar Martinez. You know, that was changed to a no contest because he popped dirty for PEDs. How do you feel about the PEDs running rampant in boxing today, and what do you think we could do to try to mitigate? We probably won't eliminate it, but how could we mitigate the amount of PEDs being involved in the sport?
Él sabe de tu pelea contra Julio César Martínez, y que obviamente fue un no contest a raíz de que dio positivo para PEDs, para esteroides. ¿Qué sientes tú al respecto, y cómo te sientes tú de que hoy en día el boxeo está lleno de medicinas, obviamente, para mejorar el desempeño?
Wow, hay que darle un positivo a ese hombre. Bueno, en esa pregunta, pues sí, pues es de sentirse mal, porque wow, cuando tú haces una pelea de título mundial y de esa manera como me tocó a mí, me pasó, y ha venido pasando, pues no simplemente con Angelino Cordova, ahí ven Ryan García, ahí ven y otros innumerables, Mujía, y pues lamentablemente eso está como viciado, no juegan limpio, esto es un deporte limpio con los puños, hay que jugar limpio, pero bueno, lamentablemente no se está viendo así. Bueno, para decirle que me sentí muy mal por ese hecho, acontecimiento, pero bueno, hay que pasar la página y mirar las cosas positivo y continuar, y bueno, nada, de enfocarse en lo que viene por ahora.
Es dos partes, te doy la segunda. I'm going to answer the first part. He says, you know, it's really sad. It was really sad that obviously it was a great opportunity to have a world championship fight, and then for it to be no contest due to him testing positive. But he realizes that it wasn't just him. Right after him, we had Ryan Garcia, Munguia, and so on and so forth. But, you know, now we just have to go next page and continue, and because it's really sad, the state of affairs, but he just has to do his own work and just focus on what he needs to do. And I'm going to ask him the second part of that question. ¿Tú crees que hay una forma que se pueda mejorar esa situación?
Pues sí, el equipo de manejo que maneja cada boxeador debería de regular y de haber un ente en los organismos también estrictamente con eso, porque eso va desfavoreciendo no solamente pues al oponente, sino al boxeo entero. Eso desfavorece y pues es triste esta situación. Entonces, bueno, yo pienso que sí puede mejorar.
He says, I forgot to mention that one of the things that he wants to put emphasis on the fact that this is a clean sport, and obviously we're putting lives online, so this should be a clean sport. So to answer your second part is, you know, management should always be very, very careful of what the fighters are doing. It's a really sad state of affairs. It's very disappointing. There should be an independent organization that could closely oversee the fighters, because it's not just a fight, two fights, it's the sport itself.
Hi, my name is Kevin Garcia. My question is for Yoenis. So, Yoenis, going back to last October when you beat Johan Gonzalez, I think the talk started immediately about potential fights, people that you could face for the actual full title. There was talks about Xander Zayas, there was whispers. Now we have Jaron Ennis coming into your weight division. My question for you is, did you think about those fights prior to signing to fight Abbas? Was there any attempt to make them happen? And how do you foresee your future lining up against any of those guys? Could you be in a fight against them?
Bueno, que hay varias personas que han subido a tu división, entre ellos está Enes Boots, que lo conoces muy bien, y otros boxeadores. ¿En algún momento pensaste en esas otras oportunidades antes de firmar la pelea contra Bajao?
No. Obviamente tengo un equipo detrás que se encarga de manejar mis peleas y no, yo solamente me encargo en ver cómo funciona, si el negocio me sirve y yo firmo el contrato, ya sea no ando mirando quién sea el contrario, ¿me entiendes?
No, not really. You need me to translate? You got this.
Maybe they do.
No, hombre, no, they got it, unless you guys want me to.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I have one other question for Yoenis. Yoenis, Abbas has shown that he can go into enemy territory, deal with the pressure, still come out on top. In your career, it seems like you've handled your fights pretty well. What do you think about the potential of him dealing with you and your pressure and your ability to adjust if he's able to overcome that?
Bueno, que ya sabes la clase de boxeador que es Barao y obviamente ya sabemos la clase de pelea que puedes ver. ¿Cómo vas a poder contrarrestar o sobrellevar la clase de presión y fuerza que puede traer Barao?
Nada, eso se ve arriba del ring el sábado y yo creo que él es un peleador igual que yo, ¿me entiendes? He peleado con otros peleadores que meten presión igual y yo creo que él tiene 2 manos y 2 pies igual que yo. No es una cosa que, ¿me entiendes? No podamos lidiar con eso.
You okay? A question for Yankiel.
Hello, this is Elias Blanco with KONSI and the Split Decision. My first question is for Abbas Barrow, actually. Abbas, you beat Sam Eggington last year to win the European title. Did you think that 1 year later you would be so close to winning a world title in boxing's most stacked division?
Yes, of course. I mean, since beating Eggington, we were aiming to go the WBA route and become a world champion. And since I've been WBA #1, we've been trying to make that fight happen since then. And I'm happy that finally happened.
Yeah. And my last question is for Angelino and Yankiel. You know, flyweight division is now pretty open after Ricardo Sandoval and beat Kenshiro Taraji recently. Do you think now is the opportunity to reach the top of the 112-pound division?
I'm sorry, they were speaking to me on the IFB, so I couldn't hear the whole question. Do you mind repeating that?
Yeah, no problem. So, flyweight division is now pretty open after Ricardo Sandoval beat Kenshiro Taraji recently. Do you think now is the opportunity to reach the top of the 112-pound division?
Bueno, con el triunfo de Sandoval, obviamente la división quedó abierta. Esta es una oportunidad para ti que se abre.
Claro. Obviamente primero estamos enfocados en la pelea del sábado con Angelino Cordova. Pero, ¿verdad? De salir con la victoria como esperamos este sábado, me encantaría que me diera la oportunidad. Yo, o sea, Sandoval tiene el WBC, tiene el WBA, so me encantaría esa gran oportunidad.
I would love for that opportunity, but right now I have Cordova in my mind. But yes, knowing that he has both the WBC and WBA, that would be a fantastic opportunity for me. So we're going to close the floor for questions. We're going to bring our event models. Rafaela, Delia, and Marisa, if you guys can come up. And of course, we're also going to bring Amaury Piedra, President of Box Lab Promotions and Vice President of Caribe Royale Resort in Orlando. And we're going to call Johnny Stegis and Abbas Barao to the front. Stare down. Woo. Wow. This is the WBA Super Welterweight World Title Bout, 12 rounds, 3 minutes. Join Estes and Abbas Barao. And now our main event, WBA Flyweight World Title, 112 rounds. Yankiel Rivera from Toalta, Puerto Rico against Angelino Cordova from Caracas, Venezuela, by way of Ciudad Bolívar. Thank you, fighters, media, and fans for coming and joining us. Remember, we still have limited amount of tickets. MVP Fight Night, you can find them on Ticketmaster.com. And coming up next, we transition to MVP's Most Valuable Prospect 14, the public weigh-ins. This is going to start at 5:30 p.m. So tune in on MVP Fight Night this Saturday, August 23rd, live, only on DAZN, the House of Boxing.